Yeah, there is no
Here we
count.
go.
See, we're live. We're live now.
We're
All right, look,
live.
check this out. Um, I ain't even worried about doing the theme
Intro.
song. Yeah, I didn't really care, y'all.
No
Um,
way.
yeah, so I got you though. I got you on that live link. Um,
Okay, so welcome to Quotes and Mirrors, huh? Yeah. How about it? We are live and direct and single threaded this time. So, hopefully we can hear everybody nice and clear. And
yeah.
welcome. This is
Hmm.
Quotes and Mirrors. If you have watched before, we appreciate you. If you haven't, then again, let me just reiterate what we do here. We do pick a quote and we reflect on it. Look at that. Quick and easy, concise definition, right? So you can see the quote scrolling across the bottom of the screen. We do go back and forth with the quotes, and it was Relic's turn this time. Mop, you know what? Speaking of Relic, we didn't do an introduction, did you? Hey, I'm on commentary.
Yeah, and I'm like frazzled because everything is just going wrong tonight. Like this is wow, yo. This is yo. Let me tell you something, okay? Before we even get
What's up?
started,
What's
before we
up?
even get started, let me just say this, yo. Before, like, just leading up to this show, it
Mm-hmm.
was Murphy's Law, yo. Like,
Word.
it, yeah, yeah. It was crazy, and
Is this
I
anything?
was like, now normally when stuff like that happens, it's so there's this term more so like for I was introduced to this term in was it was either music or acting, I don't know, but shit before show, where it's
No.
just like everything just like goes haywire, everything just goes wrong before hey, tell Aben to check the same link, tell her to check the same one.
Okay.
um but the everything just goes haywire before the show starts, and yeah, that's really what happened. Everything was just going wow, and yeah, but and nothing was doing what it was supposed to be doing. So typically, when that happens, what happens is the show is amazing,
Okay.
and then what happened just happened. But I mean, listen, we're here now.
Right.
We're here now, and let's have an amazing show because that's really all that matters. Let's see. The other thing that's happening is your Wi-Fi. This, yo, you know what? I'm trying.
You know what?
I'm trying my best not to lose my
It got
mind live in front of everybody. I don't
it
want
got to
them to
be
see
it
that
got to
side
be
of
the
me.
computer.
What'd you say?
It got to be the computer. It got to be the computer because, well, I mean, unless the issue is on your side, because we had the same issue. I'm using the same computer in a different spot. You know what I mean? So it can't be just that it's well, possible that it's the Wi-Fi, but more likely the common denominator is the computer.
Maybe that
You know
could
what I
be
mean?
it. I don't know.
Nonetheless, you ready to get busy?
Hopefully it stops. But um, part of the reason that I want to do all of that talking is because typically what we have the theme song that plays, and that gives people a chance to come on before we get started. So all of that we were just doing right there, that's called shooting the shit and just letting people just letting people just get on the live. So now I see, I'm watching, I see the numbers. So the numbers are going up. So we're good. Now we can go ahead and get started. Yo, welcome to another episode of the Quotes and Mirrors podcast. I am Relic.
And I am confused, but also known as Uncommonterry. Yo, this is the episode within an episode. I believe you just had an episode, as a matter of fact. All right.
yo, and I'm gonna try my best not to have no more.
It's cool. Let's rock. So
All right, let's
they
do
know
this.
what we do, and it's
Yep.
your quote. So I'm gonna let you read the quote. Let's get busy.
All right, cool. So the yo, what's up, crew? My bad. Rick is on there. What's up, crew?
Oh, word,
Oh,
word up.
oh. So um yeah, so tonight's quote is from Teyana Taylor. It is, tell me what's worse, looking crazy or weak. That's from her song Concrete.
The song is
Um
called Concrete. You should have had the song. It's okay if we. shout her out for a second.
Yeah, we can shout her out, but I don't know about playing nobody else's music and then getting the live shut down. Listen, we've already had enough problems tonight. I don't need no more. So
Understood. Understood. No problem. No problem. Okay, cool. So tell me what's worse, looking crazy or weak? Obviously,
yeah,
looking crazy or looking weak, right?
right. Yeah, and we're talking about relationships. We're talking about looking crazy or weak in a relationship, by the way.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. So, what's exactly is the context? So,
Mhm.
and this is from a line in the song
Right.
called "Concrete."
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wish I listened to the song beforehand. All right, so which is better or which is worse, looking crazy or weak? Both of them suck,
Yeah, they do.
right? Both of them. So we got to choose. This is one of those would you rather situations, huh?
Well, for the purpose of the podcast, yeah, because I mean, you
Oh,
don't have to
did I
do
freeze?
either.
Because you froze.
Yeah, I think you froze. You froze a little bit.
Still freezing.
Hey, huh?
Wow.
Check this out. Hey God, listen. I need you, please, just for like the
No,
next hour, to please just let the show just run smoothly. We're not doing the live show anymore after tonight. So God, can you please just
I'm getting
let
the
this
still
go?
shots like we
What'd you
do.
say?
Fed up with the situation.
I didn't hear you.
I'm gonna wait.
Yo, you're frozen. You were frozen. You were frozen. This is wild. This is crazy. Yo, Uncommonterry just got a new house, y'all. And this new house is big and beautiful, but I think it's too big for Wi-Fi. And right now, you know what's wild? Like the numbers are just going up and up and up and up and up. It would be the night that we had the most viewers. We've never had this many viewers. It would be the night that
Yeah,
we had the most viewers that the computer starts acting up. This is
right.
wild. Can you hear me? Of course not. Of course not. Because this has to be one of those nights where it's a complete disaster. Um, I'm so glad I got these edibles. Um, so can you hear me now? I see you moving. Can you hear me?
Man,
All right. Well, since you can't speak,
this joint is
I'm just
doing
going to speak.
nothing. All right.
And I hear
Let me
people. I
see
mean,
what
I
my
got
battery
people
look like.
that are making comments. So Vega says, "Okay, in any
All
context,
right.
I wouldn't want to look weak." Hey, can you hear me, Terry? Okay, I didn't think you could. So Vega says, in any context, I wouldn't want to look weak. Um, Vega,
All right. Let's do this. If you
I
give me a second. Let me see if I can relocate.
okay, that'll work. So while you relocate, I'm going to respond to Vega. So Vega, again, Vega said, "I got you. I got you. You go ahead."
One second.
Okay, I got you. Again, in any context, I wouldn't want to look weak. I agree with you, Vega. I wouldn't want to look weak. If I had to make a choice between looking weak and looking crazy, I'm going to look crazy. But I want to look at this in two different ways. So one way I want to look at this is looking crazy. I want to do this from two different perspectives.
Babe, I'm gonna
So I
try going
want to do,
downstairs closer to the router.
I maybe hit the mute button. Can you hear me? Hit the mute button. Okay. So the um I want to do this in two different perspectives. So one looking crazy and then one looking crazy or looking weak and then being crazy and being weak. So we'll start with looking crazy or looking weak. What's worse? I think when we're talking about looking, we're speaking from the perspective of the other person. We're looking from the perspective from the other person, right? So if I'm in a relationship with somebody and I'm looking at them. So if they look crazy or look weak, which is worse? For me, I think that looking, can you hear me? Walk away. Anyway, so I think that looking weak is worse. And that is because, from my perspective, if you look weak, I feel like I can take advantage of you. And oh, see, look at this. She trying to come back. I don't know if this is even any better. Can you hear me? I'll
I
take
can't
that
hear
as a no.
nothing.
You can't hear nothing.
This is crazy.
It is crazy. You may have to go back to the other house in order for us to do this show. That's wild. So, but yes, looking crazy, I believe, is worse just because I'm sorry, looking weak is worse because in the eyes of the person who is looking at you, I believe that if you look weak, that I may be able to manipulate you. I can try to take advantage of you. But if you look crazy, I probably won't try my hand because at that point now we're talking about possibly having to deal with somebody
Can't
that's
hear nothing.
harassed. I know you can't hear anything because you haven't responded to anything that I've said. The same way you're not going to respond to this. See? Okay. So you know what? We got all of these viewers. You know what's wild? Hey, you know what? Screw y'all, okay? Because I know the reason that a lot of y'all are on here tonight is because everything's going wrong, and this has become funny to y'all. Y'all are sitting there laughing at us, but you know what? I don't care. I'm just glad that you're here. I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna keep talking until he's gone now. Now it's all me. Now it's the Terrell show. All right, let's do this. All right. Actually, I need to exit out of this to see if he pops back up. Okay, cool. So anyway, back to the Terrell show. So look here. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's see. Let's see something. Hold on. He's back. Let's see. Can you hear me? Just no. No. You can't hear me. You can't hear me. I'm so glad I have these edibles. So anyway. Anyways, I was saying, where's my anyways, I was saying. So now if we look at this from the other
Can't hear
perspective,
nothing.
if you're looking from the perspective of the person who is feeling, because remember I said first we're talking about looking, so now we're talking about feeling or being weak or being crazy. I think being weak is also worse because you now are in a vulnerable position where you can be taken advantage of. Now being crazy is like being able to fight back. So if you have somebody that is trying to manipulate you, where typically if you were feeling weak or if you just are weak, where it'd be easy for somebody to manipulate you, then there really is no fight in you at that point. But if you are crazy, if you're crazy, then you can fight back. I just heard you laugh. Are you laughing at me? Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Let's do a podcast. So
I mean, I don't know what happened. I just came downstairs. Now my router is right there, right in that room now. But the lighting, of course, kind of sucks. I could try
uh,
to turn the lighting learn the lighting off over top of me.
no. Because I'm afraid of everything right now. I'm afraid that if you turn the lights off, the whole podcast will shut down. No, so let's just go. Let's just
No, I
do
couldn't
this.
hear nothing. And then just now, I went and made sure, like, turn my Bluetooth off, make sure it just wasn't picking up on something else. I don't know what's going on, dude. You and that Murphy's Law thing. You set it off.
I did. But you know what? It's cool because I'm comfortable with discomfort. So let's do this.
All right,
You
where
know,
we at?
Because
Because you've been rapping for like 8 minutes straight.
yeah, I was, and I was really about to start cooking, but since you in the kitchen, we can
Right.
cook together. So
I'm not in the
what's
kitchen.
so what's worse? You talk. I'm sick of talking. Yo, I just want to go to sleep. I want to go
Nah.
to bed.
Well, when
I need to talk. All right. All right.
I guess as far as, I mean, it kind of depends on the situation, right? Because I think I saw Vegas say it where at no circumstance do I want to be weak, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
I would much rather seem crazy because at that point I'm unpredictable. You don't know what to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but crazy. Well, actually, let me see. Looking crazy now, and I got to pay attention to that, right? You ain't
Uh-huh.
so looking crazy or weak. Actually, that kind of changes things,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because that kind of depends on how you want to manipulate the situation,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if I want to look crazy because I want to appear to be unpredictable, I want to appear to be just out of pocket, you don't know what to do, what to say, then I'm actually in control of the circumstance,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, at the same time, looking weak, if I'm trying to lure you into a certain mindset atmosphere, if I'm trying to have you lean into what I'm feeling, even though maybe I upset you, then I might want to look weak. I might want to look, kind of on the on the downside of things, so you can go ahead and lean into me. You know what I mean?
You mean for the purpose of being manipulative?
Absolutely, one hundred
Right.
percent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
so so tell me, what's worse? Which one
So
is
I was
worse?
gonna say I don't know that it necessarily is a worse because if I'm just looking one or the other, I'm putting on a facade anyway. Um, I got an agenda. You know what I mean? So I don't know which one is worse.
Okay.
Now go ahead.
So I tell you what. Let's change perspectives then.
Okay.
By the way, I just want to say that our crew brother Rick.
Right.
I even threw up the crew side and everything. Rick, how you gonna do it? Yo, crew, Rick said he sent out a link saying, "Come watch a live train wreck." Because, yo, Rick.
Yo,
Oh man, I love my crew, man. I love
look
my crew.
here.
So,
Look,
but anyway,
that's what rubberneckers do, man. You can't kick your eyes off the wreck. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
I tell you what, let's change perspectives though.
Okay.
Let's talk about the person who is look. Let's stick with the word looking, right? But
Right.
just now the other person. So if I'm looking at the person I'm in a relationship with and they look weak or they look crazy, which one is worse for me now?
Which one is worse for me?
Yeah, yeah. If I'm in a relationship with
Probably
somebody and they either look weak, look crazy, which one is worse?
I would say it's
Or for
worse
you?
for them. It's worse for me if they look weak
Really?
because yeah, because I'm more sympathetic to that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because if you look crazy, I'm just gonna call you crazy. And at some point, it don't matter what you're saying. I done stop listening. Once I done determined that you crazy, you
Uh,
wilding. You know what I mean? Because at that point, in any situation, but at that point, I have to put myself in a position of control. I can't let you just be popping off, and I never know what's gonna happen. I don't know what the next move is gonna be. No, I can't do that. But for you to look weak, it makes me second guess. It makes me think if I'm being overbearing or um, just if I'm being a little too big and making you feel, insignificant or small or that type of thing. It'll make me second guess. I mean, assuming that it's somebody because you're talking about being in a relationship, so it being somebody that I actually care about, um,
mhm.
then yeah, then it'll be worse for me if they look weak because I'm gonna be more sympathetic to that.
Now, I'm on the other side of that. I think it looks crazy from my perspective. If I'm the person that I'm in a relationship with, if they look crazy to me, I think that that's worse for me
Really?
because, yeah, because I'm dealing with a wild card now. I'm dealing with a wild card. If you look weak because of me being able to be compassionate and sympathetic, I feel like everything remains calm at this point, and now
Mm-hmm.
I can tend to that softer side of you or that weaker side, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have something that we can start to try to fix. But if you're crazy, then you're irrational. I can't get through to you at this point. I'm a yo, like imagine. So I remember, be careful what you say, Terrell. Be careful what you say. Yo, so Mm.
I'm gonna need you to talk out here so the rest of us can hear it. It'd be great this being a podcast. You know what I mean?
Listen. With the way things have gone tonight, I don't think anybody's going to be surprised at anything at this point.
We're not surprised, but we want to hear it.
Yeah, but I need to make sure that I say this the right way. I'm gonna come back to that because I got to get that thought together. But anyway,
Okay.
when you're dealing with somebody that's crazy, put it this way. All right, check this out. All right,
Yeah.
let's say you have two people that's in a relationship, right?
Okay.
And you have somebody that I can't say that either. That's wild.
Okay.
Um,
This is
no. I'll tell you when we finish, and then you'll
I'm
understand
sure.
why I can't say anything. Oh,
I'm sure.
um,
I just need you to come up with something we could use.
yeah. You can't be rational with somebody that's crazy.
No, but you shouldn't have that expectation, right? Once you've gone ahead and determined that they're crazy, they're not denying that they're crazy. You should no longer have an expectation that rationale is what's going to come from them. And so the thing for me, if I'm gonna deal with you, it's two ways. To me, it's two ways to deal with a crazy person. If you're gonna go 80 miles an hour, then I'm gonna go 100, right? Or it could be the opposite situation where sometimes the best way to be heard is to be quiet. So if you kirking out and I'm just sitting here, eventually you're gonna get tired of your own energy. You know what I mean?
Or not. You're dealing with somebody that's crazy. Maybe they
Yeah,
won't.
but I'm talking. I'm in that quiet. I'm not giving you fear. I'm giving you that I don't care that you acting out. You know
All
what I
right.
mean? And the whole reason to act out in most situations, from a child to an adult, is about the reaction that you're gonna get.
Yo,
But if you ain't getting no reaction,
you talking about somebody that's crazy though, where none of
yeah,
that
but I
stuff
don't have to.
matters.
I don't have to negate my rationale because they've set theirs aside. You know
So
what I
you
mean?
telling me you would rather deal with somebody that's crazy than to deal with somebody that's weak? Because you say it's worse for the person to be weak.
Yeah,
So
it
you
would
would
be
rather
worse
deal
for
with a
me.
crazy
Yeah,
person?
yeah, it would be worse because the thing of the matter is, if when I'm sympathetic to that weakness, then I'm actually more vulnerable at that point. But with a
Yeah,
crazy person, I don't care what you're doing.
yeah, but if that person is weak, they are already more vulnerable than you.
Yeah, but
And
we're
you
both
and-
vulnerable because
okay,
I'm not on the attack. I'm not on the attack. As a matter of fact, I'm essentially in to some degree I'm disarmed because I see them being weak.
right. But in the other instance, the other person is armed.
Yeah, me too.
Yo, I don't want to be in a crazy relationship. That's I think that's my thing. I don't like if I have to choose between the two, I don't want the crazy relationship. I don't want the wild card. That I don't want the crazy chick, yo. I
No,
don't
but no, but
I don't want
understand
the
this.
girl that will argue over the color of snow. I don't want her.
But understand this. Understand this. Once I've identified you as crazy, we might as well go ahead and let this play out because this is our last conversation.
Right, but I and I figured you would go there, but let's stay in the relationship though. Let's stay in the relationship because if we leave the
If we don't stay
relationship,
in a
then
relationship, it don't matter who look crazy or weak. You stupid.
I guess we both crazy. I guess we both crazy at that point. Because if I stay with your crazy ass, I'm just as crazy as
You
you.
know what I'm
So
saying?
I get it.
You know what
But
I mean?
but staying in that crazy relationship with that crazy person is worse than being in a relationship with somebody that's weak. Because I think that it's easier to get strength from the person that's weak or to help that person build up some strength than
Well, I
it
mean,
is
first of all,
calm down the crazy.
yeah, but look at it. But the thing of the matter is this: both of them is stupid. Both of them, neither one of them is the preferred circumstance, right? So we can't really. I'm not going to compare bad to worse and call it good. You know what I mean? That's what
Mhm.
you're doing if you decide to stay in that relationship. Versus if you got the choice. Say you juggling, you dealing with two. You got one this week. You got one that's crazy. and you decide to go with crazy, you are comparing bad to worse and calling it good. Truth be told, you shouldn't be dealing with either one of them. But get just in the context of the conversation, if this is because my baby loves to play that would you rather game, because you got to make a choice. If I had to make a choice, I'd rather be with the person. It would be worse for me to be with the person this week. Now I'm emotionally involved and whatnot, and the emotion of sympathy to me weighs heavier than the, if you want to call it, the emotion of disregard. Because if you crazy, I'm swear to God, I'm gonna disregard you.
Yeah. You have never been cut by a chick. That's obvious. You ain't never you ain't never had a girl cut you. That's
Nah.
You ain't never had a girl shoot at you. That's your problem. Okay, that's your problem. You've been dealing with the weak ones that didn't shoot at you.
I've been dealing with I've been dealing with women. All right, I've been dealing with women. Yo, Shorty Rock shooting at you, stabbing you. These are not signs. All right, these are not just signs. These are releases. That's what these are. These are releases.
What I'm saying is, but what you're telling me is that if you have to make a decision, you're gonna be with the one that's gonna shoot at you and stab you, rather than be with the one who maybe the two of you can work towards her getting some strength.
No, but I mean, like I said, if I'm gonna be with the one I'm gonna be with the one that's going crazy, or this crazy one, because if you're gonna go 80, I'm gonna go 100. And when you hit 100, I'm gonna go 120.
Yeah, but when the police get called, you going to jail.
Say again?
But when the police get called, you're going to jail.
No, this is I'm my crazy is intentional. So I ain't gotta be stupid.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. When you decide you want to kirk out and you want to decide you want to grab a weapon or you want to swing on me, I'm not fighting you back with all of this. I'm calling the cops myself.
Yeah, and then you can still get locked up.
Yeah, I get that, but no, I get that, but I mean that's I guess that's obviously the chance that you have to take. But you got to be smart about stuff like that, man. Every man that calls the cop is not getting locked up every time.
And that's why I wouldn't call the cops. I'm gonna call my sister.
I'm gonna call the cop. You decide you want to grab a pistol
because that chick's crazy.
You want to grab a pistol or you want to stab me or something like that. I'm gonna call the cops. I'm gonna call the cops and they're gonna come get you. Because I'm obviously crazy because I'm staying with you, I might even bail you out. But when I bring you back to the kid, you can have crushed glass in your tomato sauce. That's how it's gonna be. If you go 80, I'm going 100. If I'm gonna stay there, I gotta stay out ahead of you. I'm sorry. If I'm gonna stay.
I don't want that relationship, yo. I don't want I don't want the crazy one. That's crazy.
Well, you want to so because essentially from what we described, you either want the woman that's going to stab you or the one that's going to cut herself.
Yo, it's easy. It's easier for me to stop you from cutting yourself than it is to stop you from stabbing me.
Yeah, but if you cut yourself in my presence, I gotta respond to that. I gotta care. I gotta take you. You know what I mean? Now we gotta go to the ER, whatever the case. Nah, if you going crazy, and not to mention, on a very, very raw, very, very layman kind of thought process, shorty with the crazy, they always, they get a little turned on by the crazy. You know what I mean? And before you know it, you know what I mean? You play your cards right. They might all be jokers, but if you play your cards right, you might end up in some crazy physical situation that don't feel so bad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because them situations always lead to you doing it unprotected. Then the crazy chick gets pregnant. Then you got to deal with the crazy chick for the rest of your life.
I appreciate if you just wouldn't put my business in the street. I didn't tell on you. All right. You know what I mean? Easy. We speaking hypothetically about other people.
That's my bad. You right.
But yo, I mean, real rap. If I had to choose, I think it would just be worse for me to be with the weak person, man. You got to deal with them. Every time you leave the house, they might kill themselves, popping pills and
But
drinking.
every
And
time you come home, they may kill you.
I mean, but I don't know. I just feel like that's the funner risk.
No, yo, if I gotta pick my poison, yo, ooh, nothing. Never mind. I almost violated some YouTube rules, yo. Yo, I'm gonna tell you, this night has been so crazy that when we get off of this, I need
Right.
to say all of the things that I can't say on here. Yo,
I got
I
you.
need to just
I got
get it all out.
you. Right.
Now I wanna switch perspectives though.
Okay.
All right, so let's say for the person themselves, do you think that it's worse for that person to be weak or to be crazy?
Well, do you? Because so let's not. I mean, you assuming that they have a choice, that they have a decision to make, that they can either be weak or be crazy. Are we going to add that to the hypothetical that they actually have a choice?
I mean, we can do both. We can
Okay,
do
so
both.
assuming they have a choice, your question again was what?
My wife is crazy. she's she's texting me things. She's texting me crazy things, yo. Crazy. She's not weak. This chick is
No,
not weak.
right?
This chick can be crazy. No, okay. I'm scared.
Well, hold on. I
You
need you
see
to
me
repeat the question.
blinking twice. You see me blinking twice. I need help. Okay.
Well, so speaking of texting, Ava just asked me if she can join. Um, maybe not right now.
Yeah, let's give it a moment.
Yeah, maybe not right now.
Mhm.
But anyway, your question was because I said let's given the hypothetical that they have a choice to either be weak or crazy. What was your question again? Which is worse for that person?
Yeah, for that person. Mhm.
Um, I think still weak.
Mhm.
Um, because they kind of the power dynamic completely shifts unless
Mhm.
again assuming also that they're not on some strategy manipulation type of thing where they just kind of lure you in,
Right.
gaslighting, that type of thing, which I'm not fully clear on the whole definition of gaslighting, I think. But anyway, um, I think it would be worse for them to be weak. Um, different for them to be crazy because crazy still has some strength. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy
And
still has some strength. It can still kind of guide or direct the situation kind of the way you want it to go.
mhm.
Well, then again, I guess if you're true crazy, you don't really have a strategy,
Yeah,
right?
it's just to be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never
That's
run into that. I've never run into that. I've never even felt like that even for a moment. Just, oh no, yes, I did. You're right. Yes, I did.
what you mean. You mean where she was crazy or you felt crazy?
No, where I felt crazy. 3 o'clock in the morning in Northwest DC.
Oh, man, let me tell you something. That was whew, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, another something we can't talk about. But
Mhm.
man,
Just
whoo,
let it rock.
yeah,
Just
that
let
was
it
wild.
rock.
That was wild.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just let it rock.
yeah.
But
I don't want to be woken up like that again. Okay. Oh man, yeah, that was wild. But
yeah.
um,
So, but yeah, I think it would be worse for them to be weak because crazy still has some control. You still got some power.
yeah, we're not doing this again. The phone, yeah, like your computer
You
just it's
crazy.
frozen. It's frozen. Yeah, like now you're moving really slow. You're moving in slow motion and just
Uh-oh. Look, there he is.
yeah, we're doing this again. We're
Yeah,
doing this again.
it blinked out for a second. Everything just came back.
Okay. All right, good. Cause
All right. I can hear you fine.
all right, good. Yeah, because I was about to kirk off that time. I was gonna throw the computer and everything. It was about to be crazy in here. I was gonna be crazy. was definitely going to be crazy. Yeah, yeah. This is
Right.
Now, I do agree with you. You're still freezing. I'm just going to keep talking. Hopefully, it stops doing that. But I do agree with you that being weak is worse if you're that person being weak, because now you subject yourself to being manipulated. Um, and with being crazy,
Right.
you have the ability to fight back. I remember speaking to a woman one time, and I'm gonna tell you who it was off camera, but she said that she had been in relationships where she was physically abused and where she was psychologically and mentally abused. She
Okay.
said the mental and psychological abuse was far worse than the physical abuse, because psychologically she couldn't fight back. She
Yo,
felt
Trey on here. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, what's up, boy? Yeah, that's it.
I just saw him come in there. My man. That's my son, y'all. If y'all didn't know that, Trey Levels is my son. God dang it. Go ahead. My bad. So she hit the physical. Jesus. You know what? You just talked about a woman being physically abused, and I saw my son and completely just
yeah, you did. That
just
was wild.
my bad. My bad. Go ahead.
That was wild. But but yeah, no, she said that being psychologically and mentally abused was far worse because she couldn't fight back.
Okay.
That she felt weak. She
Yeah, that
was
makes
weak and
sense.
she couldn't do anything. Um, she was when she fought back, when she was able to fight back, it was better. I'm gonna say something that she used to say, and maybe you'll know who this is if you've ever heard this. But she was talking about her ex-husband, and she said, I stabbed him. He's dead now. You know what I'm talking about?
No, and I don't think I would say so if I did, as a matter of fact.
Okay, all right, cool. She didn't kill him, but she stabbed him, and he was
Mhm.
dead, but she didn't kill him. But she used to say that. She used to say that because he was just, he was awful. He was horrible to her, horrible, horrible to her, and she ended up stabbing him. But
But that's not
but
what killed him.
no, that's not what killed him.
Yeah,
No, he
it was
he
it
he
was the
died. He
pills.
died years and years later. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, like she got to the point where she had to be crazy with him. She got sick and tired of the physical abuse, and she ended up stabbing him.
Well, I mean, if they're gonna drive you crazy. If a person gonna drive you crazy, then I guess at that point, because a lot of times you being weak, you feel like the victim. You feel like weak is all you got until you're strengthened by fear. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, but I still think weak is the worst. I could deal with crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, if we going back to that one, yeah, you out your mind. You crazy. You crazy for wanting to deal with the weak one. You out
I
your
mean, we
damn
still
mind.
talking about just the less. I just think it to be the lesser of two evils.
Nah, actually, I don't think I don't think it's two evils. I think
It
there's
is
one
two.
evil
What are you talking
and
about?
one little docile angel.
Angel, we just talked about this about her cutting herself.
Okay,
That's evil. Ain't
it's
nothing
not
docile
evil.
about that. She cutting
That,
herself.
that's not evil. That's pain.
What?
That's pain. That is pain that she's dealing with.
You know what? You
Pain.
you speaking
That's
with too
not
much
evil.
emphasis to believe yourself. What's going on? What do you mean? That's evil. You cutting yourself.
That is not evil. That is somebody who is hurting and is crying out for help. That's not evil.
You think everybody cut themselves was crying? Yo, you just trying to get attention, homie.
I'm not. Listen, whether you're trying to get attention or if there's something really wrong, there's something really wrong if you're cutting yourself.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We can slide the word evil to the side. We still talking about two bad situations.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, we're
I'll take
still
that.
talking about two bad
Mhm.
situations. And weak might go to sleep and never wake up. Crazy is eventually gonna get tired and have to go to sleep.
Or crazy is gonna put you to sleep forever.
Nah, because like I said, just because you done got crazy, and when I get crazy, I don't mean I'm stupid. I'm still paying attention to it. I still got rationale. If you go 80, I'm gonna go 100. How many times you want me to say it?
Yeah, but that's crazy because if somebody is at 80, yo, think about this. I want you to think about this. All right. Somebody is at 80% crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that's pretty damn crazy, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna go worse than that?
I gotta run out ahead of you.
No,
I
just
gotta let
run.
you know. We gotta switch positions. There gotta be a power dynamic that tells you that you are not the predator. I don't care how crazy you decide you want to get. You are not the predator. So what? You got the gun. You are not the predator. You are in danger because you are attempting to endanger me.
Nah. If they
That's
got the
what's up.
gun, they are the predator.
No.
Yeah, they
Nope.
got the gun. That yo, if he got a gun pointed at me, I'm calling my mama. Yeah, that's crazy, John. You got your damn mind. I'm calling my mama
Yo,
and my sister, yo.
I
Shoot.
can't have it. I can't have it like that in any particular relationship, in any particular whatever the case is between me and somebody. You want to go crazy? I gotta go further. What happens if somebody break into your house? What you gonna do?
Oh,
They
get the
crazy
crazy.
enough to break.
So hold on. This is where the crazy shit comes in handy right there, right? Because see now I don't have to go get the bad guy.
Yo,
I
but I'm
can
just
send you.
I'm just saying. Like I remember one time somebody down there where Jay lived apparently was looking for him.
Uh-huh.
As soon as he found out that they looking for him, guess what happened?
He went looking for them.
He
But
went looking for him.
that's Jay though. I mean, that's
He was looking for them. So now when that person find out, yo, I didn't really want to find this nigga.
but see,
but now,
but the the difference is
but now
this.
he looking for them.
But in that instance, see, the thing is this, and of course, Jay has calmed down a lot.
Yeah,
But back then, Jay typically was the crazier person in whatever incident, right? So,
yeah,
but
but
what we're talking about is this other person that you're in the relationship with, them being the crazier person. And
yeah,
then
but you
because
gotta
they're so crazy now, I feel like I have to act crazier than you, even though I'm not crazier than you. But with Jay's case, Jay was the crazier one.
I'm telling you, he wasn't crazy though. He was just in control. He would not relinquish control. So and that's what that is. You go
He was
80,
in control.
I'm gonna go.
Was he in control when he pulled that gun out in school and he's sitting there
Well,
playing with his gun in class? Is that's
it ain't like it ain't like he had an out of body experience, didn't know what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. He did. He knew what he was doing. He was in control. Why you think he ain't run? He knew what he was doing. Dang, I'm gonna have to blow this joint. All right, well there you go. There you go. See, you sitting in the class, you gotta go. All right, well, class of '94, here I come. You know what I mean? He knew what was happening, and he just accepted it for what it was. And that's the same thing. Yo, I can't just let the dynamic, the power shift happen because you decide you're gonna go crazy. No, man, you're not gonna put it like this. You're not gonna make me weak because you decided to be crazy. It's not like these are the two choices, and we're racing to see who can get to which one first. You're not gonna make me crazy, make me weak because you crazy. Nah, you're
yeah,
gonna get dealt with.
but see now I think that you used the fact that you use the word control. I don't think control and crazy can coexist.
Well,
So
no,
you said that
you
they
have to
go
respond
so if
to
they go to
crazy with
80.
control.
Yeah, but then you're not being crazy. Then you're not being crazier than them. If you were in control, you're not being crazy. Crazy is the absence of control.
Until the person is crazy realizes, because they don't act like they know. All they know is you went further than they was willing, than they took it. That's it. That's all they
Well,
know.
but see, then that's not necessarily crazy. If I take it further than you, that doesn't necessarily mean that I got crazier than you. It just means that maybe I did what I had to do to protect myself.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, crazy don't necessarily mean. Let's. I guess we definitely have to define that because it don't necessarily mean like without thought, right? Crazy could simply mean damn consequence. I don't care.
Yo,
Reckless. You
yo,
know what I mean?
hold
What's
up.
up?
Rick said Rick said Jay wasn't crazy. He was trying to let somebody borrow a pencil, and the gun went off when he reached in his pocket. That ain't how I got the story, Rick. That ain't what I
look,
heard. Okay.
look, whether it be Rick's story or my story, somebody was getting some lead. Okay.
You always Jay would get on here, man. Like this is he can defend himself or just add validity to somebody's story.
Well, hold on. So what did Trey say? Trey said crazy sounds more valuable if y'all
No,
talking dealing.
volatile.
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 Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I couldn't read it.
Yeah. He said it sounds more volatile if you're dealing with other people. Yeah, and so Trey agrees with me with that.
Yeah, but that's because well, I mean,
That's because I'm his godfather.
no, but volatile means, I mean, it's in line with being unpredictable. You know what I mean? And the weak person is just as unpredictable. I just feel more for them. The crazy person I don't feel nothing for.
So you would rather be in a volatile, if you had to make the decision, you would choose the volatile relationship over the calm. I mean, if the person is weak
Why do you keep
and
saying
it's
calm?
making you feel weak, it really is a rather calm relationship. It's not the happiest of situations, but it is a calm relationship. And I feel like when things are calm, it's easier to find some sort of I think it's easier to find some sort of resolution with whatever it is that you're dealing with.
First of all, resolution is not on the table.
Why not?
Are you? Hold on a second. We can't, because we're talking about two completely different things. Resolution can't be on. You saying, okay? I'm sorry. Are you saying resolution is on the table dealing with somebody that's weak, but it's not dealing with somebody that's crazy?
I think it's easier to deal. I think that resolution is easier to reach with somebody who's weak. Yo, put it this way: as a counselor.
Oh man, don't go clinical.
Well, I have to because these are my examples. As a as a counselor, it has been easier for me to get somebody who is in a weak state of mind to a place of resolution than it is for me to calm down somebody who's crazy.
Okay, but what I'm saying is either one is unpredictable. That's what volatile is. Both are unpredictable. The crazy person is unpredictable, and particularly in your presence. The weak person, you don't know what they're going to do in your absence. They need to
Right.
be supervised. I can't go
Yeah.
to sleep. I don't know what's going. Either way, that's why I say both of them is bad.
Yo,
Both of
like
them is bad.
water is unpredictable, but if the water is calm, it's easy to maneuver through it than it is for you to deal with rough waters.
Water is unpredictable, but
Yeah.
okay. Okay, but whether I slowly drift over a waterfall or I rush to it, either way, it's a bad situation. You know what I mean? If I am adrift without an oar, either way, it's a bad situation.
We don't, it doesn't have to be a waterfall though.
Both of these, neither one of these is where you want to be. Do you want to be in a relationship with a weak person or want to be in a relationship with a crazy person? No, it's not a preferred circumstance.
No, it's not. But if we look at it that way, then the podcast is over 48 minutes ago.
Well, no. No, but we started with the fact that both of them suck. That's the first thing I said out the gate. They couldn't hear me because the internet connection sucked. So I said it again. Both of them suck. Neither one of them. That's why I says which is worse. If one of them is worse, both of them have to start at bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So we just talking about which one is worse. I mean, I get that both of them are bad, but which one is worse? And you'd rather deal with. Oh, almost did it again. I don't know what it is about me tonight, but yo, I got so much that I got to get out. I got to, because times are so sensitive now, yo. I got to be very careful about the things that I say. Yeah, there's no other way to say that. I got to abandon that thought because I can't even say that.
Crazy's better. Just go ahead and deal. The crazy's better. You want to deal with a weak person because you're lazy. Don't be lazy.
No, I think it takes more to deal with the person who's weak.
That person ain't gonna chase you with that knife you was talking about.
Nah, but it takes so much to get that person to a place of not being weak. That takes a lot. That takes a lot because why are they weak now? So we got to look at that. Why are they weak? So is it trauma? And it could, and where did this trauma come from? This could be something from childhood. If it's childhood trauma, we got a lot of years of trauma that we got to work through. And then we got to try to figure out how to get you to a place of seeing your self-worth and then eventually getting some sort of strength. For the
I mean,
person that's crazy, like it's yo, all you got to do is be in good shape. You just got to make sure that you're in the gym and you're working out and you got your good lung capacity so you can run from her ass. Okay. So you can run. Just
that's what I'm saying.
run.
I'm not running from you. I'm gonna run to you, and we're gonna hit each other at however fast we happen to be going. And we're gonna see if you want to do that again, homie.
Yeah, that sounds crazy. That sounds absolutely nuts to me. That is wow. That is
I'm telling
crazy.
you, either
Yo,
way, I gotta meet you where you at, and it's just my preference would definitely be crazy. I'm not about to sit on the couch with you, just sinking into the couch, dressed in yesteryear, waiting until we both smell to decide that we gotta get some strength and some purpose about ourselves. No. I'm gonna pick Shorty, right? Because you know what? The other thing is, she ain't gonna be crazy all the time. If we in a relationship, she ain't gonna be crazy all the time with just me. Sometimes she gonna be crazy with whoever is coming against her, and I ain't even gonna have to move like you talked about earlier. There's a place, there's a time with a crazy chick come in handy. Ain't no use for the weak chick. I got no use for her.
yo, crazy chick cuss your mama out.
My mom passed in 2008. Next.
And she still do it. She would still do it. See, that's the thing. Crazy. She's crazy. Okay. So what you going to do when you say to her, you know what? You're being crazy right now. And she says, your black bald head ass mama. What you going to do then?
I mean, just because you said it don't make it true.
All right. But she got a knife in her hand.
Again, same thing.
Yo, let me tell you something. Crazy chick knows all of your buttons to push, right? I'm sitting there, I'm watching the Commanders play. It's the fourth quarter. It's 2 minutes left in the game. We down by 3. We on the 10-yard line. We in the red zone. We about to score. She comes in, she turns the TV off.
Mm-hmm.
Weak chick would never do that to me. She would never do that to me. But
Nope.
the crazy one will do something like that, yo. And I will lose my mind because I won't see the end of the game. And we will win.
The weak chick will do that to you because you know the weak. Yes, she will. The depression, depression will have her just cut the power. You won't pay attention to me. you gonna miss that game either way, homie. You gonna miss that game either way. And with the crazy person, that's the thing. If you're gonna stay with a crazy person that you play basketball, right? So you know what it is when you playing defense. So when you on defense, you ain't got no business on your heels. You ain't got no business on your heels. You should be on your toes, plain and simple. And if you decide you're gonna stay with a crazy person, you've also decided that you're gonna stay on your toes. You know what I mean? So I'm just ready for it. But the weak person, I think like I said, I'm gonna be too sympathetic. Next thing I'm catering to her and her weaknesses. Now I'm an enabler. I don't want to do it.
You don't have to enable. You don't have to enable. You don't have to cater to her weaknesses. You can just help her define her strength.
No, I don't have that capability. That's why I'm telling you I'd rather be with the crazy person.
And listen, and I get it, because some people, they don't feel like dealing with what they see as projects. And I get it. I completely understand that. But I also don't want somebody who acts like she's still living in the projects. I don't want that. I don't want the crazy chick.
Well, again, both of them is bad. Like the projects or the chick from the projects is still like, yeah, you don't want either one of them. But the one from the
hold on. I want to make this clear. We ain't calling all the girls from the projects crazy, because a lot of y'all are my homegirls, and some of y'all could be watching y'all, and I love y'all. Y'all cool. We ain't listen, ain't no problems. You know,
some of them same women also know exactly who we talking about. Okay. Okay. You know a crazy chick from the projects. All right. They try to give you boiled eggs in her bare hand. All right. You know, you know one. All right. You know one that used to have a cat. Now she got a hat. You know one.
Yo, so all right, let's check this out. So, oh, hold on. Trey said, I've dealt with weak and I'd rather not do it again. Dot dot dot. Crazy ain't even considered.
Oh. All right.
And then him and Eric, I mean, I said Eric, him and Rick are talking about the Eagles, and they're saying anti-commanders things. So I'm just going to skip those two comments. Those things don't even really matter. They're being crazy. Um, so we can move on from that. But yeah, no, I'm good. Yo, you know what? I got a cousin on my daddy's side because we don't really have these issues on our side. But on my daddy's side, I got a cousin who was messing with this girl. And she's my homegirl. I love her to death, yo. Love her to death. She was crazy. She was crazy. She was absolute nutcase, right? Part of the reason that they broke up was because she was crazy. And when he ended up with the new girl, she was shooting at her.
Oh.
She was just out shooting it. Yo, I don't want to deal with something like that. She was shooting at her. Now, the new girl's crazy too. So she shot back. Thank God nobody got hit.
Well, I
Okay.
mean,
But she was, like, yo, I ain't trying to deal with that, yo. I don't want that. I don't want that.
I mean, again, either way, I'm not happy. You know what I mean? Either
We
way,
ain't
I'm not
talking about
happy.
your happiness.
Well, I'm just saying, if I'm with a weak or a crazy person, either way, it's not happy. I might as well be excited about it. I might as well be excited about it. Man, you don't know what this shit gonna do, dude. I might as well go ahead and make it fun.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I just think that you can. I think that if we're talking about trying to lead to a brighter situation, I think you have a better chance in leading to a brighter situation with a woman who's weak
Yeah,
than
but
you do with
earlier,
somebody who's crazy.
you said if they crazy and you stay in a relationship. So are you talking about the situation being able for real, is resolution on the table in in any circumstance, in either or both circumstances?
Yeah. I
Okay,
think that.
so is the question asked from that perspective that if I'm going to be in a relationship and move and graduate into a healing situation, would I rather be with a weak or a crazy person?
Okay,
Is that
because
what that
that's how I'm
question?
looking at it.
Okay.
Okay.
I was just looking at being in hell either way. I might as well have a party. You know what I mean? That's the way I was looking at it. So
Yeah, I
if
feel like I can reach a resolution in therapy with somebody this week. My resolution with the crazy person is a restraining order.
I mean, well, you gotta embrace it, man. Because the crazy is all about reaction. It's all about reaction. If they can't get the same reaction, they're not gonna do it.
What if your reaction is to die because she killed you?
I mean, I think you're being a little extreme.
All right, check this out. You think Lorena Bobbitt is crazy?
No, she was calculated.
She was calculated.
No, he was calculated.
Yeah.
But I mean, actually, no, I do think she was crazy because that's insanity. If only for a moment. If only for the moment in which you actually commit the act of removing a man's penis by way of a ratchet, hatchet, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, yeah, that's insane. I ain't gonna lie, that's insane.
Okay, so now pick your poison.
I mean, but it ain't got to be that crazy.
No, no, don't, no. But see, remember, crazy is irrational and unpredictable. So we don't know. It could be so unpredictable that she unpredicts you.
Yeah, but he didn't. But he didn't go ahead and embrace her crazy. He didn't go 100 when she went 80.
He can't. He was looking for his penis.
Well, he could have, and if you had, she never would have went. She never would have went there.
Yeah, you don't know that.
I
She's
do,
crazy. That's crazy.
but I'm just saying they are crazy. But short of being completely, and I mean completely out of your mind, because there's degrees, there's levels to this. All right, there's levels to this. You're conscious of what you're doing. You're not just completely out of your mind. All right, you're conscious of what you're doing. Because if we're gonna go that far to the left with crazy, then we can go way that far to the left with weak, where she's just like, I can't get out of bed. So she's just in the
Cool.
bed. So she just sitting in the bed, feces, piss, whatever. Because I'm too weak to get out. No, we're not gonna go that far.
No, 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 because that's crazy. that that's crazy. All right. You lost your damn mind. Pissing and shitting in my bed. Your ass is crazy. Okay. Nah. And again, I'm calling my mama and my sister. All right.
I'm just saying, and we don't have to go that far with it. It just, I mean, and again, if we talking about resolution being possible, yeah, I could definitely, because she gonna rock with you for a minute. That's why you see, what's that movie? What is it? The movie with Woody Harrelson and the other chick, American Born Killers or something like that.
Natural born killers.
Natural Born, both of them was nuts. You know what I mean? But they
But that's
they just,
different. That's like attracting like. That's different. They both crazy.
I mean, but if I'm what I'm saying is if I just side with crazy, if I go as crazy, then now we cool because we both crazy.
Nah, nah. Y'all gonna shoot each other at the same time and die together.
I mean, still sounds pretty exciting. You'd watch that movie.
Yo, I'm, I'm, yo. So one thing, one thing that I have realized tonight, 'cause we actually need to wrap up because we've been talking about this crazy shit for an hour and 2 minutes. Let me be honest with you, I'm starting to feel a little weak. So and and this edible done kicked in. So
Oh. Well, no worries. I mean, I stood. I think that's the first time I didn't kind of go back and forth, just looking at both sides. I'm standing with crazy. If I got to deal with one or the other, I'm gonna go with crazy. Boom, it's a party.
yeah, the party is actually what we call the repass.
You're a party pooper. You
I,
and your week behind girlfriend.
yo,
You're a party pooper.
listen,
You're an energy suck. You.
that's fine. We just hug each other all the time, probably because she needs it. But I would rather hug her for 22 hours out the day than run from her. So
No,
that's or
nope.
I have to call my mama and my and my sister to come and whip her ass. Like that's
All right. Well, that was fun. I'm going with crazy.
yeah. And
So,
I'm
all
going
right.
with
You know what? I don't have my quote right now. I just thought about that.
I think that next week we should get a crazy chick on here, and I think we should get a weak chick on here, and we just kind of see what happens.
I don't think we really need to continue and talk about the crazy of the week. Plus, they're
Do
gonna be kind of offended in talking about which one is crazy, which one is weak. It's gonna be rather unpredictable. I believe that word volatile is gonna pop up again. You know,
you know how
given.
fun that would be though to go find a
See,
weak woman and a crazy woman and just put them on this podcast and see what happens as long as we're not in the same room with them. You know how much fun that would be?
I mean, but they wouldn't be in the same room either. Though.
no, and that's cool. But the important thing is that they're not in the room with us. Okay. See, the thing is this: we both have wives that are not crazy or weak. That
Right,
we
right,
can go in
right,
there and we're safe. We're
right.
safe. But we can just have the crazy woman and the weak woman on here being crazy and weak, and then when we don't feel like dealing with them anymore, well, there's the exit button right there. I hit that exit button, and they're all gone.
I mean, I agree with that. I think that's a very logical
Mm,
and safe situation. But
yeah,
we went away from the fact that I don't have my quote. So, but we will be back. I just
yeah.
don't have the quote to give y'all, and y'all will get the announcement before the next show as to what the quote is. You just won't have it this time. So, do me a favor. Don't go crazy. You know what I mean? We'll be all right. We'll be back.
And, and don't be weak. Don't be weak. And if you
Yeah.
do, then you can come call me, and we will figure this thing out together.
Be
Because
whining and
I,
crying.
I can help heal you. So you can call me if you're feeling weak. If you're feeling
Oh,
crazy, then call him. Because
well, big up on the 360 healing, by the way. I
thank you.
didn't hear you say mention that. I just saw the post today
Mhm.
with the 360 healing. And I see you bringing it in with I can heal you. So you might as well go ahead. You have a commercial.
Sure, I'll be the commercial right now. So, 360healing.net is my new website. And that is so I'm a metaphysical practitioner. So, if you need some sort of healing, I do metaphysical counseling. It's more spiritual, and yeah, I do kind of dibble and dabble with certain psychological tools, but it's not necessarily psychology. In a lot of instances, people would rather come to us than to go with psychologists because we kind of we especially people who are spiritual, so it's easier for us to make certain connections spiritually. Um, but we answer the questions: Who am I? Where am I? Where am I going? Things like that. Able to uncover certain things, like when it comes to trauma, and start to connect dots, make things make sense, make you see things a little differently. And then things just start to get better, make you very aware of your thoughts, and then connect you to a higher power through meditation and all kinds of other things, the little tools and stuff. But it has definitely helped a lot of people, myself included. Myself included. I never went to a metaphysical practitioner, but just on my journey to become one. And of course, I'm becoming, in the process of becoming a doctor of metaphysics. So, um, a lot of these things I have used on myself, and that in addition to me being a life coach for years, and then just me turning all of my trauma into a way of helping people, I have just brought all of this stuff together so that I can actually help people. So yeah,
Word up. 360healing.net.
yeah, .net. Uh-huh.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool,
because
cool.
they wanted $1,000 for .com. That's crazy. I ain't that weak.
Your patients are worth it, though.
My
No?
patience is short. So no.
He didn't mean that, y'all. He didn't mean that. All right. Well,
Yo,
look.
we had a few different quotes that I never got to. Look, I'm sorry, y'all. Some of it was nonsense because Rick and Trey still talking about the Eagles. Y'all, I don't listen. Whatever, I don't
This
care.
is not that platform. Okay.
Yeah, really don't care. Yes, you're right, Rick. Saquon is dope. He really is. He is great, but I hope he ends up in a relationship with a woman that's crazy. So
Wow.
whatever. Okay. And I hope she affects his play on the field. All right.
Wow.
Actually, I take that back. 'Cause I love Saquon. I love Saquon. I want Saquon to do well. I want the rest of the team to make sure that y'all lose. But
Wow.
yeah. Wally says metaphysics is amazing. I'm here for that, bro. I'll tap in for more info. Yeah, definitely, man. Just hit me up whenever you want to. Um Rick, good. He said, good show, crew. Thank you,
No
man.
doubt.
Appreciate you.
Peace out.
Appreciate you. I'm trying to scroll back up and it won't scroll back up, but of course not, because technology does not want to cooperate with me tonight.
No
Um,
worries.
and I don't really care, I don't care at all. Especially now this edible is kicked in. I don't really care about much.
You know what? I want you to stop talking. Okay. You and this edible that kicked in.
I want me to stop talking,
I'm
yo.
gonna let you. I'm gonna let you slow down. This has been another episode of Quotes and Mirrors. We appreciate y'all listening. We appreciate y'all watching. We're gonna be here next week. It won't be live. No lives, right?
Oh, yes, yeah, yeah. So listen, y'all. Actually, we will continue to go live if, and it's a huge if. So don't look for us to be live. It's a huge if, but there's certain things that I'm working on right now. Certain things I'm trying to make happen. And what I found out is that going live is kind of working against what I'm trying to do right now. Um, I'm not saying that we won't ever go live again. This could be just like an every now and then thing, but for the most part, if what I'm seeing is what I'm seeing, or what I think that I'm seeing is what I'm actually seeing, then we're not going to be live. We're not going to be live. But I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm trying to make a couple of phone calls, work a couple of things out, and see what I can make happen. But we'll see. And I'm going to talk to my manager, and we'll figure some stuff out. We'll figure some stuff out. But um, if not, then what's going to happen is you will still be able to watch the show. Relicmedia.com will be the best place. I mean, you can go to the Relic Media YouTube page, but it's a lot easier to just find us on relicmedia.com. And that Relic is spelled Rellic. Please don't forget two L's in Relic. So relicmedia.com. And then you can go to the Quotes and Mirrors tab. You can also go to all of the other podcasts too. All the other tabs for every other podcast under Relic Media is there as well. And then you can also see some of the other products and services that we offer. So yeah, just come
All
holler
right.
at us.
All right, y'all. Like I said, I'm sorry I don't have a quote for you, but the broadcast or the commercial for the next show will go out and let you know what that quote is at that time. So we out of here, Quotes and Mirrors. I am Uncommonterry.
And I am Relic. And on that note, and I quote, see y'all
Peace.
crazy asses later.